everyone, it's Jen with Stamp Silly. Today I'm here with another Manic Monday video. So in these videos I try and my best to create a card in under 10 minutes. So I'm just gonna get moving here. I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, and today we're going to use the Rose Wonder stamp set. This stamp set is so versatile. It's got this great huge rose image, but it also has sentiments for birthday, thank you, wedding, sympathy, a friendship. This is the perfect set just because it's got all these great sentiments in it. So, okay, we're supposed to do this in under 10 minutes. I better keep moving. I've got that large image already mounted on my clear block, and I'm going to ink it up really good with some Versamark. Before I go too far though, I want to treat my paper with my embossing buddy because we're going to heat emboss this. So again, I'm inking that up with Versamark, and we're going to stamp that real quick here. Sorry, I see my camera was really wobbling. Okay, so I'm going to press that down really good and get a good impression, and then we'll add the white embossing powder. So this is going to be white on white, but we're going to do the fastest coloring you've ever seen before. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see that, but there we're getting that embossing powder good and all over the image. All right, that's looking pretty snazzy there. So we'll get that out of the way. I will heat set this with my heat tool. Okay, so there I have it heat embossed. I know you can't really see it, but it does show up. Here's how we're going to color this super quickly. I'm going to use some Calypso Coral ink and a sponge dauber. Okay, and I'm going to start in the center of this rose because that's where I want the darkest concentration, and I'm just working my way out in a swirling fashion. Swirling is good. Okay, so when I get to the edge, I don't want to go too far beyond. I don't mind going beyond the edge, but you don't want to go too far beyond and then it just looks sloppy. Okay, so you'll notice when I re-ink my sponge dauber, I start by swirling back from the center and pulling that color out. Alright, and I really want this to be soft around the edges. And I think this works pretty good. Okay, so here I've got this almost done already, the whole entire flower colored. You know, you could be really particular with this, but this is quick cards today, and I'm in need actually of sympathy cards. We had a member of our church pass away last night, and so I need like lots of sympathy cards for her family because we are friends with lots of them. So, okay, I'm going to call that good. Actually, I'm going to try and, oops, then I went beyond the edge. Smudge that out a little bit. Now, one thing about coloring over heat embossing, you want to always wipe away the excess ink that might be on top of the embossed area. So what I'm doing, you'll see I'm pushing that ink back to the center because I don't want to pull it beyond the flower. You see, you do pick up some ink off of the embossed portions because that resists the ink. Okay, now we need to move on. We're going to do Pear Pizzazz for the leaves, and I have a sponge dauber for that. So I am going to just lightly rub that on the leaf areas. And again, if I go a little bit beyond, that's okay. And I'm going to try and get it darker towards the center of the leaf and kind of feather that out. So we'll do that for all 3 leaves here. And we're just about done with that. Okay. Last leaf. See how fast that goes? And you can add more color, just the more you want. Okay, again, I want to rub away any excess ink, so I'm just going to use my tissue and rub that back towards the leaf. And there you have it. All right, this doesn't look like a whole lot yet, but I think it will. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp my sentiment. I need a sympathy card, so I want to go with a light, I don't want to go bold, so I'm not going to use black. I'm going to use crumb cake, which is kind of different, I thought. So I've got the With Sympathy sentiment already mounted here, and I'm going to stamp that real well there. Okay, I want that to dry, and then we're going to add some pizzazz around the edges a little bit. So let's let that dry real quickly. In fact, I'm going to go over the top of it with my embossing tool because I don't want to get any, we're going to do a little more embossing. So I'm going to take my Versamark pad and I'm going to just scuff the edges of my card lightly with the Versamark pad. I don't want to go crazy here. I just want it just like we're dipping the edges in embossing. Okay, we'll see how that looks. I'm going to use gold embossing powder for this. So for the bottom and the top, I can just dip it in my gold embossing powder. For the sides, I just do this. And I'm trying to get it back in the container as much as I can. Okay, so we'll repeat that on this last edge. Like that. I don't have much Versamark over on that side, but I think that will be okay. And if I have too much, then I take a little fine brush, like here, I'm just going to brush some of this excess away. I don't want it that far out there. So we'll brush that back into just brush it back down a little bit. There we go. Okay, I think I'm going to quit fussing with it and we'll heat that up. I see I've got some. Okay, so let's heat that. Okay, so there we have our card front. I'm going to call that good, and we're going to mount that to a card base, and then that gold really pops out. So here I've just got a card base of Calypso Coral. It's your standard A2 card base, and we're going to add some fast views to get that really good and stuck. And there we have our card for today. This one is so simple that anyone can do it. Alright, there we have it, all done, and I didn't go over too bad, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this card. I hope it's something you'll try. It's so fun, so easy, and quick. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.